protection.
Okay, we talked about some of the ways that you can personalize your journal and put your contact info in. This time I used a rubber stamp, and as you can see, I just jumped right into this journal with a sketch and a date and whatever I wanted to put on that page. This one I used one of my business cards, which works just fine. Again, I did a sketch on that page. And, oh yes, contact info. Put your contact info in. That's what I did here. Again, I used my rubber stamp. Sometimes I write it out, and sometimes I personalize it. And, well, even more personal than having my name in it. I guess it doesn't get that much more personal. And this one shows you that, in fact, it is just a piece of paper. I misdated it, and, you know, I'm human, so I said oops and changed it. Made it in color, too, so it would show up. All right, and next. Eek, the fear of white paper. Oh, we have another demo of that. So I was drinking this glass of wine, and it got turned over, and so it dribbled all down everything. And rather than get upset, I just said, that's an interesting color. Let's just, oh, look at this. It's all over this page. Actually, it was Merlot, so I painted my friends in Merlot color, but the actual stain seems to have faded, so you lose the effect. Oh, well. This time I just jumped right in. Again, I enjoy using rubber stamps on them sometimes. This one means double happiness. Well, that's pretty cool. Did I have my name in there? Oh yes, this time I wrote it out in ink. And this journal just got started immediately because I used a printed paper as the end paper instead of a blank page. So I put my business card in. Slap. Sometimes it helps to try a different format. This one is very small, as you can see. I carried it in my car for a long time. It's one of the Accordion books. And it was a lot of fun. Dinner out at Christmas time. Tried different mediums. This is a brush pen with ink. What the heck? Looking at myself in the side view mirror. And as we've said before, when you have an accordion book, you can work on both sides, which I did. Colored pencil in this case. More of the brush pen. These were toned markers with ink. And I had a stamp that was cat footprints. Since I usually have cat footprints all over my work, I just thought I'd go ahead and do that. You can also work quite a bit larger than you're used to. Again, you can see I added my contact info. This will set you free in a different way. You have a bigger sweep, and you can use different materials. Use a double page spread like that. That's almost a quarter sheet of watercolor paper, so that one's huge. Have fun with it. Oh, this was the year of managing to injure myself a lot. I took a fall, messed my wrist up. You can see the bruise on my cheek. That's my knee. That was just lovely for a while. Oh, this is a calligraphy pen with watercolor wash. I really like that bold effect. Oh look, the bruise is fading. I document everything. And quite often on a book this big, it's really a lot of fun to work across the page, and so naturally the next few pages don't have that. Oh shush, guys. Joseph is feeding the babies, and they're letting him know about it. Oops, that's going to fall. These are some of the tri-colored paper ones. This is a lot of fun. This is Nitigan paper, which is a beautiful tan color. And working light and dark, it almost makes things three-dimensional. Give that a try. It's almost like sculpting. Dark paper. This is a black paper with gouache on it. It makes a very nice, rich effect. This is just opaque colored pencils. Another gouache piece on the black paper. I'm sure the Post-it notes are very classy. If you're working on toned paper like that, you can use color as well. This is one of my gratitude lists. I like to keep track of whatever it is that's giving me pleasure at the time or that I'm grateful for. You can just add a little bit of white or something to make your page pop. And what's this one? Oh yes. Little birds and wildlife on, this is, I think, Stonehenge craft paper. And let's see, what did I do in the front of this one? I wrote in my contact info. As I said, Stillman & Byrne makes some lovely toned paper journals. And there are several others. Fabriano, I think, makes a bright multicolor that Pat Southern Pierce uses a lot. Very, very pretty stuff. The new format, as we had said, is a lot of fun and chases you out of your normal comfort range. I started a new group called Sketch With Me. Oh look, dog hair on the page. And this is one of the journals that I made especially for the Sketch With Me group, the first time, I think. And I was experimenting with a lot of different things. Free-toning the pages, painting directly with no pencil lines to guide me, playing with gouache, going across the page with the calligraphy pen again, more gouache. This is another brush pen, and as we said, you can make these neat little pockets with this kind of journal. Oops, let's see if that will go in there, so you can keep your ephemera handy. This was not the most successful sketch in the world, but oh well. And there's another toned page with one of my return address things from my business, Graphics Fine Arts Press. And we went the other way, as one can. I got a new sewing machine and I had to immortalize it. This is ink and wash, of course, and this is direct watercolor. And a nice big 2-page spread. If the whole idea still intimidates you getting started, just skip a few pages. This was one that I put together with a bunch of different kinds of papers as kind of a sampler and did a ring bound. I've shown it in my book, I believe, Artist Journal Workshop, and probably featured it elsewhere. And if you do a painting or a sketch that you just really, really don't like, you know what? It's easy to pop the rings and take it out of there. Although I never do. I always consider it a learning experience. But this is a fun one. It's got all kinds of different papers in it. I'm going to have a crack on the floor. Yes, I did. These are really, really lightweight. You can just tuck them any place in a bookcase or beside your chair. And they weigh almost nothing. Fun to use. I had an example of a sketch gone wrong, and now of course I can't find it. So just don't worry about it. If a sketch goes wrong, it goes wrong, and that's life. Another way to get over worrying about the preciousness of a new journal is to just make a bunch of pages and you can either have them bound later, or you can sew them together, or, you know, this way if you don't like the first page sketch in the book, you can switch it around, put in something else. These are all Michael Knobs, who does the nice little podcasts that I enjoy so much. So while I'm watching, I sketch Michael. Anyway, that should give you some ideas on new journals, and I hope you enjoy yourself. Just relax and have fun.